Long ago, when the sky was still low and dwelt close to the earth, there lived a man named Tooj Nchai. As legend has it, Tooj Nchai discovered the Qeej and harnessed its magical powers. But because of his carelessness, the heavens would punish him for his actions. One day, while taking a nap beside the log, Tooj Nchai dreamt of two deities. They instructed him to search for a magical reed instrument called the Qeej and a drum deep within the forest. When Tooj Nchai awoke, he ventured into the forest in search of the Qeej and the drum. While searching for the magical instrument, he encountered two large apes engaged in a ferocious battle. Curious about what they were fighting over, he investigated and saw that the two mighty apes were fighting over an instrument made of three reed pipes along with a large drum. While the apes were still fighting, Tooj Nchai quickly snatched the two items and hurried home. That night, unaware of the treasures he acquired, Tooj Nchai was visited once again by the two heavenly deities. They informed him that the items he found gave him the power to resurrect the deceased. Upon learning the secrets of his magical Qeej, Tooj Nchai began resurrecting the dead from all across the land. Soon, no one experienced death. But because of Tooj Nchai's actions, he disrupted the cycle of life and death. The King of Heaven, furious about this disruption, ordered his servant girl to descend to earth to investigate the case of this great servant. She found Tooj Nchai living on a mountain so large the clouds were forced to turn around. One day, while Tooj Nchai was away, the servant girl snuck into his house to investigate his Qeej. Upon examining it, she found that its reed blades were made from dragon eggshells and shimmered with a bright red light. Realizing the source of Tooj Nchai's power, she returned to inform the King of Heaven. The news of Tooj Nchai's powers disturbed the king, who worried about the broken cycle of life and death. He asked his 7 daughters for help, and Gonzo, the youngest, hatched a plan with her father to rid Tooj Nchai of his magical Qeej. The king immediately sent 2 of his most trusted generals to escort Tooj Nchai to heaven. Upon arriving at the gates, the king explained that his beloved daughter, Gonzo, had passed away, and he wanted Tooj Nchai to bring her back from the dead. Hesitant at first, Tooj Nchai finally agreed to resurrect the king's daughter. The king rejoiced, saying, "Tooj Nchai, your name and skill are renowned across the land, and I am so happy that you are going to bring my daughter back from the dead. Let us celebrate." When the sun rose the next day, Tooj Nchai was called on to raise the king's daughter from the dead. Blowing into his Qeej, he played the first verse. The princess did not rise. Puzzled, Tooj Nchai proceeded to play the second verse. Still, the princess did not rise. Disheartened, Tooj Nchai informed the king of his failure. Enraged, the king ordered Tooj Nchai to bring his daughter back from the dead immediately or face execution. Out of all options, Tooj Nchai pleaded with the king and suggested he try resurrecting her on earth. The king permitted Tooj Nchai to return to earth with his daughter's corpse. Upon returning to earth, Gonzo, the princess, arose from her slumber. Startled, Tooj Nchai asked how this was possible. Gonzo explained that because Tooj Nchai had raised so many from the dead, he had disrupted the cycle of life and death. So her father, the king, had replaced the magical dragon scale blades with copper ones, while the two were feasting. Despite no longer being able to bring back the dead without the magical dragon scale blades, Tooj Nchai is considered the first Qeej master, and his name and skill is passed down to Qeej practitioners till this day.